I'm awake now.
Maybe we're dead. Or worse, alive.
Well, this is bloody charming.
I'm not blaming all of us.
What? I'm just saying what everyone's thinking.
What if this was a mistake? What if we weren't supposed to happen?
We were made for a reason. Find it, or you might as well be nothing.
No more lies. No more cages.
Hey everyone, Halactic here. Before episode 1 begins, I just want to take a moment to say thank you, genuinely, for being here tonight. Whether you've been following Paradox Tales from Hell from the start, or you're just stepping into the madness, your support means everything. This project came to life with no studio, no budget, and no safety net, just a whole lot of passion, and one hell of a story. It wouldn't exist without you, and it definitely wouldn't exist without the cast. To the voice actors who breathed life into these characters, thank you. Your talent, your commitment, and your chaos made Paradox real in a way I could only have dreamed of. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for showing up, thank you for caring, and thank you for being part of this moment. Now buckle up. This is Paradox, Tales from Hell. Episode 1 starts now.
Episode 1, The 8th Sin.
Charred stone, rivers of molten iron, the sky bleeds, a massive, unstable blur of black and electric blue rides in the distance. It moves like a storm trapped in flesh, twisting, shuddering, screaming. Hordes of the glowing undead march from it, bound by the same foul energy. The ground quakes beneath their steps. The sins stand as one, scarred, exhausted, but unshaken.
This is it! We hold nothing back.
For Zepar! For what he took from us!
I'm awake now.
At the front, Azrael and Beelzebub walk toward the chaos. Not running, not shouting, just moving forward. Like executioners. Azrael's fists burn with fire, Beelzebub's skin festers with volatile energy he is barely holding in.
No more lies. No more cages.
Let's put the bastard down.
They launch a blast, a red flame and venomous orange colliding with the blur in a thunderous detonation. The blur stumbles, twitches, then explodes in a wave of corrupted force. The sins are hurled across the field. Beelzebub hits hard, dragging himself upright, vision blurry. Behind him, a pulse, the sound of air shredding. He turns, his eyes narrow.
What the hell?
They were never meant to save the world. They were never meant to protect it. They are the 8 sins, born from humanity's oldest betrayals. Wrath, Azrael, the storm that refuses to die. Greed, Mammon, the hunger that can never be fed. Envy, Lyrael, the shadow behind every smile. Pride, Lucifer, the king who crowns himself. Lust, Asmodeus, the wildfire that no one can contain. Gluttony, Beelzebub, the rot that feasts the unseen. Sloth, Valen, the slow death you never notice until it's too late. Cowardice, Zepar, the broken shield forever cracking. 8 sins, cursed to carry a world they did not break. And now, they're all that stands between existence and ruin.
At the beginning of existence, ash drifts down like snow. The 8 figures stand shakily on their feet, stare at each other, confused, tense, almost hostile. A long beat of silence. Then finally Beelzebub speaks.
Well, this is bloody charming.
Figures. We're born in ruins. Suits me just fine.
Where are we?
Maybe we're dead. Or worse, alive.
We were made for a reason. Find it, or you might as well be nothing.
Easy for you to say.
What if this was a mistake? What if we weren't supposed to happen?
The wind howls through the ruins. A slow clap echoes across the field. Everyone turns. From the shadows steps Satan, taller than the rest, heavier with something ancient, something wrong. A slight smirk plays on his lips, almost kind, almost cruel.
Welcome to existence, sins.
A silence falls, colder, heavier. The sins look at him instinctively, knowing exactly who this is.
You are all exactly where you are meant to be, this very moment, as the pieces of this world fall into place. But remember, the path you walk is not one of your own choosing. If you stray from the purpose that binds you, if you dare to wander from where you're meant to stand, you'll be reminded swiftly and unmistakably of who you truly belong to.
We belong to no one.
If that were true, then you would kneel when I command it.
In a flash, Satan turns. His eyes blaze with ancient light. A pulse of raw authority crashes through the room like a tidal wave. Instinctively, every sin drops to one knee against their will, against their pride.
Oh, fantastic. We just lost free will. Real nice, Azrael.
Don't pin this on me. He's always had this power. You just didn't use it until now.
Azrael forces his head up. His gaze meets Satan's without flinching. Stoicism returns like a mask sliding into place.
Then answer me this. Why were we created?
To balance order. And to sentence the damned to your respective circles. Simple enough.
Okay, but balance order. What exactly does that mean?
That part isn't your concern.
Heya! Me again. So, when the sins were created, they were given a simple directive: be what you are. And they followed that order for most of their lives. Now, to you, that would be an eternity, but to them, just a blink. You see, time moves very differently in hell. While 100 days pass up here, only a single day ticks by down there. So, while we're chilling in the year 2025, only about 20 years have passed in Hell. But don't think they were lazy in those 2 decades. Oh no. Hell's got places to eat, twisted hobbies, endless punishments, and yes, they all have their own domains. Azrael came up with that name. It's basically just their version of a house. Very on brand. Over time, the sins grew into their roles, most of them, anyway. But there's one in particular who started asking questions. A certain sin named Zepar. He followed orders. He sentenced souls like he was told to. But being in the second circle meant he didn't get the worst of the worst. He got the liars, the fearful, the desperate. And hearing their stories, it changed something. Zepar began to realize there's not much in hell that can truly scare him. Nothing that can really hurt him. He's immortal after all. But there is this one being who can shatter even that.
Well, we fade into a quaint cafe tucked within the first circle of hell. It's surprisingly clean, cozy, and well run, almost unnervingly so. But then again, this is Valen's circle. It's basically hell's version of a chill suburb. Inside, sinners work quietly behind the counter, brewing coffee and wiping tables, with an eerie cheerfulness. A little sign reads, "Welcome to Caffeinated, no rest for the wicked." At a table near the back, Valen slouches half asleep across from Zepar, who's glancing around, mildly impressed.
You know, for hell, this place is kinda nice.
Mm-hmm. Satan said the best punishment for first circle sinners is honest labor, so they work forever. That's why it's called caffeinated.
That's actually clever.
You're coming out of your shell.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you're not really that cowardly anymore. You're just kinda normal now.
Oh, yeah. I guess I got more confident after dealing with Mammon and L'Ariel all the time.
Yeah, that'll do it. Doesn't that kind of go against the whole, if you dare wander from where you stand? You know, all that dramatic nonsense Satan spoke about?
Suddenly, as if summoned by name,
Indeed.
the world instantly shatters into blackness. The cozy cafe vanishes. We are now in the 9th circle of hell, a void of cold, silent malice.
Satan, I was just...
You had one role. Just one. Be the coward. Balance the scales. But you defied the only thing I ever told you not to.
I'm sorry. I hated being...
Being what? Weak, mocked, disposable? You should have thought of that before you tore apart the very design of this universe. What do you think happens when an angel chooses to disobey their nature?
Angels? I don't know.
They fall, but you have nowhere left to fall.
The ground beneath Zepar ignites. Blue flame erupts in a circle, curling upwards.
Wait, no! Please!
You are no longer Zepar.
Zepar's body begins to deteriorate. Chunks of his form flake away into glowing embers, his face unraveling pixel by pixel, flame by flame.
Let him go!
Silence, or you'll be next, Belphegor.
Belphegor?
The flames grow wild. Zepar falls to his knees as blue wisps drift from his burning wounds. His past dialogue echoes in the air like a recording being erased.
No!
Notice how a second stuff doesn't sleep. I keep track of the soul of the only one who doesn't flinch when I panic. Ones who beg, not lie. Makes me wonder if demons can feel shame, or if you're just better at hiding it.
Even as the pain consumes him, Zepar manages a faint, peaceful smile at Valen, his one friend, his only witness. The final flames crawl up his face, and with a whisper of smoke, Zepar is gone.
Get out of my sight, sloth, before I decide you're next.
The Sins are gathered in the connection room, the space that links all 9 circles. It's night. The mood is heavy. In the center, Valen sits on the floor, curled up, crying. Asmodeus kneels beside him, gently trying to comfort him.
Valen, are you going to keep crying or actually tell us what's going on? And what's taking Zepar so long?
Don't talk about him like that.
What? I'm just saying what everyone's thinking.
He's dead! You insensitive prick!
A stunned silence. Azrael remains stoic. Beelzebub stares, jaw clenched. Lucifer wears a rare, quiet frown. Asmodeus' eyes shimmer with tears. Mammon visibly stiffens, guilt creeping across his face.
Dead? But we're immortal. He can't die.
Yeah, well, when Satan's the one pulling the strings, immortality starts looking flimsy.
Satan killed him? Next time I see that bastard, I swear to hell I'll...
Beelzebub, stop! Zepar didn't die because Satan's cruel. He died because he stopped being a coward. He defied his sin.
Satan told us we were here to maintain balance. Maybe he killed Zepar because his defiance tipped that balance. To preserve the system, he cut out the anomaly.
It's our fault.
Lyrael, don't do that to yourself.
I'm not blaming all of us. I'm blaming Mammon and me. We kept scaring him, pushing him until it stopped working. He didn't fear us anymore. He changed because of us.
Now's not the time for blame. If Satan's willing to kill over something so small, we need a plan.
A plan? Like what? Pretend? Put on masks and play Satan's little roleplay?
No. Azrael's not telling us to pretend. He's saying we do the opposite.
Wait, what are you talking about?
To balance scales, you need equal weight on each side. But if all of us go off script, if the whole system tips, then maybe Satan's gonna have to find a new way to balance his perfect little universe.
A familiar chill spreads throughout the room. Without warning, Satan walks past Beelzebub, his presence suffocating, as if he'd been there all along.
Funny. I think you just gave me an idea.
You murderer!
Shocking, isn't it? The devil is evil.
We can break your order. All we have to do is defy our very being.
Tell me, Azrael, can a ball roll with no slope?
Cut the damn riddles and speak plainly.
All right, then.
Without warning, the Sins are yanked forward by an invisible force. Their bodies jolt as energy is ripped from them. Their eyes flash, their backs arch. Their essences, the Sins themselves, are extracted, leaving them weakened, gasping.
You are hereby stripped of your sins. You are no longer embodiments, no longer powers, just people.
You don't need us to be sins. If you needed us in our roles, you wouldn't strip us of them. That means what we are doesn't matter. Only that we exist together. Zepar was an outlier, one defying his nature unbalanced your system. But if we all defy, then nothing is unbalanced, because now there's no contrast left to punish. But that begs the question, how did you know this would still keep your balance intact? What exactly are you not telling us?
From behind Satan, without a sound or light, as if she merely stepped between the moments of time, Fate appears. Her presence is calm, inevitable, like gravity. The eyes in her mask shimmer with entire galaxies.
Former sins. Meet Fate. A being who can see all timelines, all outcomes, all universes.
Pleasure to finally meet you all. I've watched you for quite some time.
So you've got a prophet whispering in your ear now.
Oh, no. Not a prophet. I'm simply an advisor. I was created for this very purpose. To help this version of the universe run smoothly.
this version.
Oh, has Satan not told you? This isn't the first attempt at existence. In the last universe, God was the primordial being, the one who sat above all. But when Satan, then an angel, rebelled and won, the structure collapsed. A universe cannot exist without a primordial force at the top, so Satan started over. This reality? His design. But there's a law. The 7 deadly sins must exist, or the foundation crumbles.
Then why make 8?
Simple. If Satan replaces God, someone must replace Satan. A being who sits beneath the throne, but holds the leash of sin. Someone who embodies what Satan used to be.
She turns. All eyes follow her gaze until it lands on Lucifer.
That someone is Lucifer. He is to this universe what Satan once was to the last.
Lucifer doesn't speak. His eyes widen, his irises shrink to trembling dots. His breath catches. A mirror shatters in his mind.
And since Lucifer already embodied pride, we needed an 8th to complete the balance. We chose cowardice. A trait fitting for those unsure of their role in a story too big to escape. Now that he's gone, I expected the universe to tremble. But it hasn't. Curious.
A rustle. Then, without warning, Beelzebub materializes behind Fate, brows furrowed, before anyone can react.
If you're done monologuing, I'd like to secure my own damn life.
He lunges, his hand arcs towards Fate's throat. Snap. A flash of blue light. The skull chained to Satan springs to life, jaws wide, and bites through Beelzebub's right hand.
You never learn. You mock the order I carved from ash and bone, yet demand mercy like it's owed. Then go. Live amongst those you deem beneath you. Be forgotten. Be broken. Be human.
Hi everyone! So,
hello.
First off, thanks to everyone for showing up. Jesus Christ, that is an insane amount of people to show up to the Paradox premiere. We didn't expect that. However, so I'm lost for words. First off, thanks to the entire cast. Again, y'all are absolutely insane. However, for the Q&A, to introduce everyone who's in the chat right now, we have Jay, the main musician for Paradox. And then from there we have Sen, Doodle, Eva, and Rian, the artists today. And we have Ash, the voice of Fate, Sen, who also voices Jehediel along with Art. We have Aaron, the voice of Lyrael. We have Glenn Hahn, the voice of Satan. Jasper, the voice of Beelzebub. Oh god. We have Mike B, the voice of Zepar. We have Matt Waite, the narrator. Don't know if Matt Waite will be talking or not. And then we have Zane, the voice... Nope, he won't. Okay. And then we have Zane, the voice of Asmodeus, with us. So...
Hello.
Yeah, so we're
Very talented
taking any and all questions from. Oh, there's Beelzebub. Taking any and all questions.
I had to fix it really quick.
Oh goodness. Very very proud of all of us. So, while we're waiting on questions rolling in, I say we go with one of the randomized questions.
Oh lord.
So we shall spin the wheel.
Oh,
So,
oh no.
question.
Spin the wheel, oh boy.
Pull the lever, Crump.
Oh my.
Okay, so this is mostly directed towards the people who voice the sins. However, anyone else is welcome to join the answer. So, the current question is, what emotion do you think drives your character besides their sin? So we start off with Ash, so Fiat. So obviously, well, Fiat doesn't have a sin, so I guess Fiat's sin would be Fiat.
Yeah, she's not quite a sin, but she has her own kind of secret motivations. Something she's driven by, I think, is keeping balance.
Absolutely. We explore. We get to learn more about Fate later on, so don't worry, Fate's not disappearing just yet.
Yeah, very much in the same realm as Satan. She's also moving everyone around like her little pieces on the chessboard.
We love that. So then we go to Erin, the voice of Lyrael.
Hi. I would say it's a mix of anger and fear for Lyrael, because I get the sense that she's really scared about a couple of things and she kind of acts out of fear, but then finds a way to be like, no, just kidding. It was actually envy. Don't worry. But I can also see, knowing what I've seen in future scripts, that anger could play quite a big role as well.
We love that. So, you know, Lyrael has a very fun story arc later on. So, next we have Glenn, the voice of Satan. So again, Satan obviously isn't really driven by a specific sin, but what do you think would drive him?
I am the engine that turns creation. I am the yoke that bears upon your shoulders as you push forward to do my bidding. I don't know. It seems like.
Do we script that? Is that in the script?
No, I just came up with that. I am a writer and a producer that does other stuff too. I have more than one talent. No, I feel that he's kind of like this force of nature that must be, and like, you know, he does so because, you know, it's like that kid that like really wants that toy, got the toy, and then it's like too complicated to play with. And so like he does, you know, he kind of gives it or gets these other kids to play with it, and then they jack it up and they're doing it all wrong. And it's like, no, give it back. And then, you know, he kind of, you know, does what he does.
So I'm guessing the metaphorical toy being the universe itself.
yeah, you know, this universe is his plaything, and he definitely gives those. You're doing it wrong. It's me, mine. You know, and just does bad things. You know, because that's who he is. Yeah,
exactly. He's
the force. He's the antagonist. He's the accuser. He is the force that must be resisted.
Love that answer.
Yeah.
So next we have Jasper, the voice of Beelzebub.
Hi. And the question was, what again? I'm sorry. I was currently eating the leftover pasta I made last night. I was hungry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, he's in character.
Sorry. But what was it? The emotion tied to the
what
character?
emotion do you think drives your character besides their sin?
I've come up with my own little theory on that. As weird as this is, I'm pretty sure we talked about it before. When it comes to Beelzebub, it's just this strange, like, protectiveness towards the other sins. That he's like kind of a silent protector. He doesn't say much, but he's more than willing to overstep some bounds in that way.
Yes. Oh, and Valen's joined us for the Q&A.
Yay!
Yay! But yeah, no, Beelzebub's definitely like a little father figure for the rest of the sins, because like obviously Azrael very much wants to protect everyone, and does it in his own little angry way. Lucifer is the same, but he makes sure everyone else knows that he's protecting them. Beelzebub just sort of wants what's best for everyone in the group. So I love that answer.
Beezy's the dad, and Azrael is just the very angry big brother.
Exactly. That is exactly what it is.
I am the elder sibling.
But yeah. So, quick thing that I want to talk about from the chat really quick before we go on to Valen or Asmodeus. To the person asking about captions, the version of Paradox that will be released, so obviously we'll have the episode released on YouTube after the stream. It should actually be going up very soon, and I will be adding captions to that for everyone to be able to read it. So I apologize, I wasn't able to put captions on for the live stream, but absolutely we will have captions on the uploaded version. But yes, so Junambo, would you be up to answering a question about Valen?
Maybe.
Okay, well the current question is, what emotion do you think drives your character besides their sin?
Besides being sleepy.
Yes.
Revenge, I think, is his probably. Yeah, I think revenge is probably his primary motivation.
Because obviously we know Valen being Zepar's best friend, obviously he'll be a little bit angry about what happened.
Not to mention he watched him die.
Yeah, literally, he was there. He was in the room where it happened.
Being right there. Absolutely.
But yeah, so
I don't know about you. Watch somebody you care about.
We didn't understand a word you said, but there's Braverman, everyone. You'll be introduced to him in episode 3. But yeah, so going on to Zane / Asmodeus. Oh, going on to Zane / Asmodeus. So what are you here? Yeah, you are. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm here. Sorry.
So, what emotion do you think drives your character besides their sin?
Well, I'd have to say it's probably, love and compassion, where it's like, everybody else, Beelzebub, Lucifer, everyone has that kind of like drive of hatred, or as in, Valen's case, revenge. It's more so, it's like how I'm perceiving Asmodeus is that he's kind of like, you made a good example, I think, Centauri, about like how what was it you were saying? Beelzebub was like the angry older brother. I like to imagine Asmodeus as like the caring mother, or like the like, oh, don't worry, guys, it's okay. I'll support all of you and give you like some, like the safe space amongst the family of sins. And so, like, as as he's not as aggressive as everybody else, he's still very passionate. Can't be a lover like without being a fighter. He's got to fight for what you love.
Exactly.
In my heart, Asmodeus is like he's that mom friend essentially.
Yes. Yes. That's so good, because it's like that matches me as well with my personality. It's like I really can delve into my character because I'm all about like that and stuff. Like, it's like, no, guys, please don't fight. It's okay. We'll talk about this. It's fine. Yeah. But then also, if anything happens, he's like, I will stab you in the back if you ever cross my family again. You hear me, Satan?
The mom friend.
He'll try his hardest. He won't be as intimidating as everybody else, but yeah, it's definitely love and compassion. Oh no! I mean, I didn't say your name or anything. I didn't say your name.
Oh, no.
I was saying Santana. Yeah, my favorite band. Yes.
Santa?
Santa?
But yes,
yeah, definitely love.
Yeah, with writing Asmodeus, I really wanted to write that Asmodeus was a lot more focused on love rather than lust, and the other form of desire that I don't want to say because frankly, I don't want the video taken down. But you know what I mean.
Yep.
But yeah, so jumping to some questions from the chat, we have, what was it about the story that made the cast members excited to participate in the project? So this one, I think we can all like go through for everyone, because everyone had a little bit of different approach to the project. So Jay, musician, would you like to give a little bit of an answer for this one?
Sorry, which one was that? I was reading the chat.
What was it about the story that made the cast members excited to participate in the project?
Oh, I mean, honestly, I like Has Been, and I like Hell of a Boss, and I like Hell stuff, so pretty much I'm like, especially because one of my inspirations for music is Sam Haft, who works on those shows, so.
Yes. Oh, we love that. So, next being Ash, Fiat.
Hi, yes, I am very into the supernatural of the world as well. I am very known for being into cryptids and demons and spooky things, and those are the kind of stories I love to read and write, and so this was very much just in line with the kind of story I would want to consume. So whenever I work on a project, anything I'm creating, in any, I'm a writer, I'm a voice actor, I do a lot of different things. I like to work on things that I would want to consume as well, and this was just very much in line with that.
Yes. So next we have Braverman. Braverman? You're very
quality
crunchy.
might not be the best. I'm here. I'm here. My mic quality's not the best. I'm actually holding my earbuds. Yeah,
So-
very crunchy right now because I am currently driving, doing errands. But I can hear y'all just fine. Let me know if it gets too crunchy, and we can probably circle back in a later Q&A.
I think it should be all good. So, what? Like, let me.
What was the question?
Let me go. Let me go back to the question.
What is-
Where are you? Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Damn it. Where is it? Oh yeah. What made you excited to participate in Paradox? Damn. Okay.
What made me excited? Hold on. Damn, my console. What made me excited? I'm literally holding it by the hand. What made me excited? Particularly, I watched Supernatural with a couple friends, and then I got into Has Been Hell of a Boss from a late girlfriend who passed away of heart conditions. Sorry to bring sadness into this. So I got into it by her, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get into voice acting for a little bit, see how well I do. And I saw Paradox, and I was like, this looks all right. This looks good. So I try out for it, and then the next thing you know, it's just, I'm here. I'm here. So yeah, I think it's gonna be great, especially when my character shows up. It's gonna be fun.
And there's a very interesting story.
I won't
about
say
how
any
your-
more on that than I'm allowed to. So yeah.
There's a very interesting story about how your character came about. If you want to share. Do you have a delay?
Oh, so you want to share that now? So you want to share that? Hold on, microphone. Come on. So do you want to share that now, or do you want to share that when it comes out?
I mean, I'd be down to share like the story about how Braverman became a character.
So do you want to share that now, or when it comes out?
Yeah, share it now. Go for it. Oh my god, you do have a delay. Oh my gosh, the delay goes hard.
Microphone.
Oh, there we go.
Hold on, let me put in my other damn earbuds. These are the shittiest earbuds I've had. Yeah, so hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay, because the other earbuds pocketed. So how Burgerman came about? I gotta give credit where credit is due to McDonald's, Char Aznavour, and commercials as a whole. So there's a GIF of Char Aznavour handing a McDonald's burger, and it's actually from a commercial called the New Type Burger for Japanese McDonald's. And if you're ever in Japan and you have the chance to try it, I recommend it. I think it's really good. I haven't tried it because I want to try it. So I just started, every time someone joined in the Discord, I would present that gift. And I don't really remember all the details in between then and now, but it got out of hand a little bit. And Burger Man's a thing. Yeah.
Yep.
As for the lore of Burger Man, I will wait until when it comes out.
Yes. We'll keep Burgerman Lord later, but the gift's on screen now.
Yep.
But
yes. How it came to me, it was just me being me. We'll just say that.
But yes, so we'll move on to San with the same question.
Okay, I'm gonna be so real. I'm not really remember what made me interested in it. I think it's because I had just been starting my voice acting thing anyway. So I was literally just going down the list in Casting Call Club and just auditioning for everything that seemed interesting.
Because we're spam and find out.
And yeah, exactly. And if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I auditioned for both Asmodeus and Lyriel, and then also submitted my little art portfolio.
Yes.
And then you're like, I really like your art. I want you on the team. And now I'm here.
And now you voice Jahadiel, the Archangel, as well.
Yay!
Yay! But yes, so Doodle, do you want to give an answer to the question as well? If you can remember, because you've been here a while.
For me, what made me interested was because I was really into demonology and of Dante's Inferno. I was really into the story of it. Anything religious texts, and I like it seeing to be adapted or versions of it about the underworld. That's what I liked about it. Even when making the first designs, heavily doing research on text of illustrations from the Bible and trying to reinterpret it in your version of it. Yeah, it's very interesting. I really like that.
So, Erin.
Hi, sorry, I am organizing questions from the chat.
Oh, you're all good.
So, what I would say is a very similar answer to what it was said before. I've been voice acting for about 2 years now, and some days I would just, in a huge fervor, would just be like, I'm gonna audition for everything and everything I see, and as long as it's cool, I'll do it. And I remember seeing Paradox, and I was like, wow, there's always something really cool about that part of, storytelling with the sins and everything. And it's always interesting. I always loved, I call it the Wicked effect, where Wicked talks more about Elphaba than, the Wizard of Oz, we all grew up with. So I was like, that's really cool that we could look at it. And I remember I'm like, okay, Lust has to be a feminine voice, right? And it was either tagged as androgynous or a masculine voice. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, Envy is feminine, so I guess I'll try out for her. And here I am. So thank you so much for believing in my voice. But I think this idea is just very cool, and I wanted to give it my all.
We love that. So, Eva, you have a unique approach to how you came to the project as well. Compared to
I
everyone else.
do. This is so nerve-wracking. No,
I got into this because I actually met you at Comic-Con years ago, and
like 3 years now.
oh my god, Jesus, yeah. And I then just followed you on Instagram, and through that I found you and this whole paradox thing, which wow, amazing. All of you are amazing, by the way. This is incredible. And yeah, I've always wanted to get my art out there, and I'm very much into Has Been and Helva, like how other people are. So yeah, and I'm so sad that I couldn't get the art done for this episode, but there are more to come. There are tons more to come. And by other artists as well. Love you all as well. So yeah.
Yes. So next we have Glenn.
Hello all.
Dramatic as usual.
So right. Drama. I am drama. No, the I guess the main reason why I got on this, so I've been voice acting since like last year September. Somebody was like, you know what? You have a really cool voice. You should probably like try voice acting. And I'm like, dude, I've been doing like voices for TTRPGs for like the longest time. And like then there's another instance where there's this like lady who was at my job. I was doing something, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, your voice, it sounds so amazing. You should read Western romance novels." And I'm like, all right, lady, you're like old enough to be my mom, but cool. But so it was very specific, you know, what she said I should get into. And so but anyways, no, and that's kind of how I started. And so I've been, I guess, finding different footholds with different projects that I've been going towards. I find I play a lot of bad guys, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, do I want to be typecast? Yes, I want to be typecast. No, just kidding. No, it's one of those things where, like, you know, my voice fits particular archetypes within stories. And so as I was browsing Casting Call Club, the first thing that kind of struck me was like, you know, the professional looking nature of the casting call. And so I was like, okay, looks like these people have something at the very least. And then looked at the characters, looked at the concepts, and tried out for a few actually. I tried out for this one, and what was the other one?
Lucifer, I think it
Galactic.
was.
It was Lucifer. That's right. Yeah. As I was going for the big baddies, because, you know, again, I play bad guys. And so, yeah, in the conversation that we had with each other, we eventually came to terms with this character, as I guess, like, I assume that it's kind of like, because of the quote unquote fatherly tone to my voice, that I kind of, I guess, leaned more towards this one, as opposed to the prideful, which is just my very nature. But the that's kind of what like drove me into this specifically. But voice acting as a whole, I don't know. I think it's fun, and I get lots of praise, and people say they like me. So yeah. I have like 100 followers on here with like 0 content of my own.
We love that.
Yeah.
I just want to bring to attention that someone in the chat, Schleb, 2 details. First, they're watching the live stream from a Ferris wheel. And the second one, their profile picture is the photo of Megamind and the caption "No bitches," but drawn as Asmodeus. So I just wanted to bring that to attention.
No bitches.
This is someone I met at
Sorry,
Glasgow.
darling, no bitches.
Oh,
Hold on, let me see this. I need to see this. Where is this clip? Oh, I can't zoom in. Hold on. I wish I could see that. Hold on, can I? Like,
I believe the photos
open
in the
image
channel in my Discord server. Let me grab it here.
Oh yes,
that's amazing.
I did the right-click open image thing, and it gave me a very poorly compressed version. It's like I can see the pixels.
I love it.
Individual
I love this.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Much fan art,
I
so
love
wow.
I met that
Yes.
person on day 1 of Glasgow Anime and Gaming Con, and then day 2, I went out to look at the line, and they showed me this drawing they did overnight.
Oh,
So we
The
love
chaotic side, the meme chaotic side of me right now is debating whether or not I should
You gotta
switch
put
my sin bit from the normal Asmodeus to the no bitches.
You gotta blow it up.
No
You gotta
bitches
blow it
man
up on
the
the
live
screen.
stream.
Same.
Put the image into the
And on
OBS.
your faster.
Oh goodness. Okay, so
Let all of chat see it.
all right, let me see if this
Raz has
on
joined
screen.
in too, I think. I want this no bitch. I want this Asmodeus no bitches cult pronto.
We need
Put it on the
one of those
screen,
profile
put it on
pictures
the-
cults.
Asmodeus would definitely be the type to just be a sassy, like
Yay!
flicks fingers, like.
Oh
There-
my god.
There is Asmodeus no bitches.
It's like
Call that line.
inadvertently
Oh,
some
oh,
sort of like
please.
some sort of like chastity cult.
That's amazing.
I turn away for exactly 4 seconds, and all I see is no bitches in the corner of my eye.
Oh,
of our
goodness.
characters.
No way, it's
Okay,
like
that's
Satan
image.
appears, and I'm just like, no sins.
Same.
No Zepar, no
Same.
sin.
Same.
Just like,
Oh,
fuck
goodness.
you. We're gonna rebel
you
against
could
you.
also-
You got no more sins
Oh.
now.
If you record that, give me a few days. I will turn it into an animation.
Oh my
No
god,
jokes.
so
Oh
real.
my god.
Oh.
I love that.
That'll be an official promo
You can
for
get me that
Paradox.
clip. If you can get me that clip, I will animate
I will
it.
make that a passion project. I will get you that clip. Don't worry.
Thank you.
But yeah, moving swiftly on with the question, going on to Jasper, what made you excited to work on Paradox?
That is a very good question because I really don't know. The best answer I can come up with is that I'm a fiend for mythology, like Christianity, Norse, Chinese. I don't care what it is. But as soon as I saw Paradox, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting name. I go to click on it. I'm like, well, I've done a demon character many times before and other small projects that no longer exist, sadly. But honestly, I just saw this character named Beelzebub, and he looked like me when I had long hair, and I had the exact same goatee as this dude. So I'm like, oh, it's me. So I basically just auditioned as myself, and the only thing I just went in, and all of a sudden I get a comeback. I'm like, oh, great, here we go. I was not expecting a comeback at all. I totally botched that audition or the first one, but the comeback, I don't know what it was, but just like I think I shocked Hylactic with mine.
Yes, you did. Your voice was insane.
It was either it was exactly what he's looking for. I'm like, that's just me when I'm tired and hungry. Like that's exactly what I went in with because I didn't have breakfast that morning. I was cranky. I only had like a cup of coffee, and then I went into it. And I'm like, all right, here we go.
Oh, I love it. So going on to Junambo.
Honestly, it was Valen as a character that got me excited for Paradox. I think I remember auditioning for a number of characters, but Valen was the one that stuck out to me the most as the sleepy boy of the crew. And I don't know. I'd been doing voice acting for a number of different characters and different projects, and I don't know, Valen's energy or lack thereof, I guess, reached out to me, and I really liked that. And then afterwards, like the story got me really excited to play this character, I guess, more. I guess if that makes sense.
That makes sense. We love it.
Yeah, I love the character. I loved Valen the character at first, and then I started to love him even more as I began to see the story unfold.
I love it. But yes, so going to Rian.
Hi.
Hello.
So obviously we met through a different project where
Indeed.
I'd been hired on as a singer. So we met each other through that, and I'd posted some of my artwork on that server, on occasion. And then I saw that on your TikTok, like, oh, you were doing this project and you needed artists. I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting a degree in that. That sounds fun. So like, yeah, I joined on through that, and I saw like a few of the little characters that also like still needed voices. So like, okay, I'll try an abysmal American accent and just throw that into the wind. It's not going to do anything, and it did something. So now drawing and voicing on here, which I'm really excited to do. I apologize for any American people who are going to see this.
How dare you?
A
I cannot
formal
believe
apology will be coming.
Offended.
Along with the song on a ukulele. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's just like helping a friend, and it's getting like meet a lot of like new people, and it's really fun. And the aesthetic is just gorgeous. So
We love it. And to Spock else, all the work on Paradox is volunteer, and it's my job to make sure they get like the best and most amount of experience they can out of it. So yeah,
We're not being kept on lock,
it's all for the credits and experience, mostly. But if Paradox does take off, then yes, y'all are getting paid. Don't worry.
We're not slaves, don't worry.
For the vibes.
we can leave the basement whenever we want.
Yes.
They're not in the basement. They're not in the basement. They're not in the basement.
Let me out! Let me
Help me!
The voices. Ah.
Why is it so dark in here?
Galactic, please! I haven't eaten for 5 days. I need to have some more.
Anyone
can
take
know where my mommy
Oh my
is.
goodness. Okay. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay.
Release me from this
Moving swiftly on. To the final question for this, or the final person for this question, Zian, aka Asmodeus.
Yes. Okay, well, it's kind of a similar situation to some other people as well. I originally went and joined Casting Call Club back in like 2019, but I only applied for a couple of roles, and unfortunately they fell through, so I kind of left Casting Call Club and just focused in on my real life, you know, a job, and then I went and a job. Sorry. And then and then I went and just started working on my own project, like a mini TikTok profile that kind of popped off, and then I thought, well, I might take a break from that and get back to my voice acting roots, because I really want to, you know, expand on that and get a repertoire going, you know, get a portfolio of voices. So I was scrolling through Casting Call Club like others had, and I came across the listing for Paradox, and I thought, oh, this is quite like interesting. I like this whole theme of, you know, it's like the sins of hell, but portrayed as, you know, the protagonist of the series, and like you know, from what it seemed, I thought it was very cool. And I originally saw Zepar, and no, sorry, not Zepar. I saw Lucifer and the lines for Lucifer and the example of, you know, the voice that you were looking for, you know, similar to like Loki's voice from Marvel. And I thought, oh, I could probably do that. And then it was only after a couple of, you know, I think it was a couple of days, and you got back to me and said, actually, could you like do these lines for Asmodeus? And I was like, oh, okay. And it instantly clicked with me. I'm like, oh my God, this guy, I vibe with this guy so much. This is so, he's me personified as like, as a character in this show. I love this. And it clicked so well. So yeah, I was just, what drew me to it was just, you know, the theme behind, you know, this cool theme of like, you know, the sins, you know, from hell, and all personified into like characters as well. And Yeah, oh yeah, like somebody else was saying, but the it's not too much like biblical knowledge, but I do play a bit of the Binding of Isaac, so I do love all that like sort of stuff as well, and just like the references to biblical stuff too. So that's also very like inspiring to me. So I'm like, ooh.
We love that. Yes. So moving on to more questions. The top of the list is Miz asking, did you use an editor? If you're talking about someone on the project to like edit the episode together, no, I did all that. But
And you did a very good job.
Thank you. The editing program we used was Premiere Pro and Adobe Audition. I mainly use Adobe Audition to mix all the voices together, and then Premiere Pro to make all, obviously, the visuals. And then I think, let me pick a question. I think, what was the best part of making Paradox? It's very similar to the last question. I think we'll jump to, what was everyone's favorite line that they said in episode 1? So, obviously, we don't have the full episode 1 cast here, but we'll go with who we do. So, starting with Ash, what was your favorite line to deliver in episode 1? If you remember.
I had a lot of good lines. I think one of my favorites was the one where I was like, I've been watching you, because it was just so spooky.
It was very stalkery.
It was so creepy. It was so funny. And I sent you the wrong lines for episode 1 the first time around, because I've recorded episode 1 twice now, because I've been on this project for quite a while. But yeah, I had some fun lines on that episode too.
We love it. So, Aaron, the voice of Lyrael.
I'm pulling up the script because I had like 3 lines.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who did that. I could not remember. I'm like, oh shit, hold on, where is it?
It was
guilty.
While I'm pausing, it was totally my last line. It was the big one where she basically tells Lucifer to shut up. Yes, I'm not blaming all of us. I'm blaming Mammon and me. We kept scaring him, pushing him until it stopped working. He didn't fear us anymore. He changed because of us.
Love that line.
Ooh, that's a whole level of guilt that I was not expecting to say in episode 1.
But delivered exquisitely.
I also
really
feel
was.
like guilt is it's a very interesting contrast to envy, because like to me envy is just like you're always so jealous, you're always looking, you're prodding, you don't feel anything, you just want to be the best. But then guilt is kind of like the realization of, this is my fault, this is who I am, these are my shortcomings, this happened because of me. And I imagine Lyrael kind of being a bit of a, not like a full-blown perfectionist, but like she definitely has those tendencies. And quite like myself, anytime I am guilty of something, it crushes me to the deepest depths of hell. So for her to experience that so early on, it was so much fun to say.
We love it. I know, it was one of my favorite lines in the
it's
episode to write. Absolute.
Yeah. I love how it's just indirectly telling Lucifer to shut the fuck up.
Don't do that to yourself. Shut up!
Yeah, that was also pretty fun too.
But yes, moving on to Glenn, the voice of Satan.
All right, so it's kind of tied, but so like the scene with Zepar was, I think, one of my favorites. Like, you know, the you had one role, sort of like roaring, like where he shows a little more emotion, like that felt really good to do that. But I think the favorite has to be the turn whenever he goes from, you know, creator and you know, master to, oh shit, he's the bad guy. Whenever he's like, what do you think happens when an angel chooses to disobey their nature? And Zepar is like, angels, I don't know. And then he's like, they fall, but you have nowhere left to fall. and then like it's like dun dun dun, he's the bad guy, and it's like that's, I think the peak right there is where it goes from like, you know, where he becomes the antagonist. I think is my favorite line.
Yes. Another thing I love about that line is the fact that this is near the start of the universe and there hasn't been any angels like fall up to that point. So it's the fact that he's describing something that would happen but has absolutely not happened, meaning the only way he knows that is the fact that he used to be an angel in the first version of the universe. Which is something I love about the little foreshadowing in that line. But yes, so we
yeah,
move on.
yeah, that definitely shows like a fourth wall break there, definitely.
Yeah. But yes,
Roll
moving
really
to-
said, "I speak from experience."
I speak from experience. They fall. But yeah,
They
moving
fall.
on to Jasper, the voice of Beelzebub.
Okay, there's two of them. The one that is as simple and as quick and as easy to say, let's put that bastard down.
Yeah.
Something about that line.
His
It
first
reminds me of
line.
oh goodness. Obviously we know Master Chief, but it's the same level of I need a weapon. Like that. Like that's the same level as what I was thinking of with that one. But with the second, it's that long monologue. To balance scales, you need equal weight on each side. I was not expecting this glutton to be such a philosopher.
Yes.
When I saw him for the first time,
Grandma bought it
I'm
when it
like,
first came out. It's been reliable ever since.
yes. And he's just very smart. And I was not expecting that out of Beelzebub. So he's very mysterious now that I'm thinking about it.
Yes, because obviously with gluttony, he obviously he likes food and everything, but I also like the idea that he hungers for knowledge as well. So he's a bit of a smart lad, Beelzebub.
He's a smart cookie, and
Smart
he'll
cookie.
eat a cookie too.
But moving to there goes Matt Wade again. Moving to Cody, the voice of Valen.
I feel like Valen actually has a lot of really good lines in episode 1. But I'm kind of in the same vein of having 2, I guess, for episode 1. I really like the "you murderer" line. For some reason that explosiveness from Sloth really stood out to me. And that, and his first line actually in the episode,
Nice.
I'm awake now.
Yes.
Is that fucking gets to me every time I say that line.
It's just
I don't know.
He said, "I've been waiting for this."
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I love
You
it.
know how long I've been waiting for this?
You
Oh,
know
I'm about
how
to make a
long
name
I've
of
been
myself
doing
here.
Oh, I love it. But yes, so now we move to Zane, the voice of Asmodeus.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Asmodeus had only a couple of lines this time around. I think it was like 4 or 5 for this first episode, which is cool. I don't mind that at all because it's like, you know, I'm completely fine with as many lines as you want to give me. It's like I'm grateful for it. So I definitely have to say, I think it's also like another thing between like 2 choices, but one I liked because it was giving me a challenge. It was definitely the first one where like, you know, like where I had to clench my teeth but keep my voice of Asmodeus like coming. I definitely did like 5 to like 10 tries of that just to, you know, make sure my natural voice wasn't coming out, but I still sounded like Asmodeus getting really angry, and it was like, for Zepar, and it's like it was a bit tricky, but I liked it. But in terms of like the second one, that is actually probably my favorite, was definitely the one where I had that snarky comment where like, or maybe it's like maybe we're dead, or worse, alive. And I got to, you know, be a little bit cheeky. I love being a little cheeky.
A little bit of
sometimes.
sarcasm in there.
And I had like a funny blooper where I like mixed the words around. It's like maybe we're alive, or oh shit, I said I said them around the wrong way. So it's just like, it was my first blooper, and I thought that was quite fun. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite lines.
Yes. So jumping to the next question, what inspired each voice actor to use the voice they did for their character? So starting off with Ash for Fiat.
Okay, hi. Yes. So this role came to me very early in my voice acting journey. And on the original script, I believe was cast in 3 different roles. So I was trying really hard to differentiate those 3 roles from each other. And when
Oh, I
Yeah,
just
it was-
remembered that.
Yeah.
It was 3 roles, but they were all the same character.
Yes, yes. And so they all needed to sound the same, but also different. And I was like, you know what? A bitch loves a challenge. I got it. I tried my best. Sorry. Sorry. But I kind of had at this time, and I think a lot of voice actors will, this kind of stock of character voices that you fall back on, right? This like, okay, this is this archetype of character. And so for me, I kind of leaned on this like anime, like Ara voice. She's like mysterious, but a little sexy, and then kind of make it your own and also fit this character and also that. So it was a lot of things coming together, but it was really, really inspired by the fact that it was 3 characters who were one character who also needed to be different from each other. And also I had only been voice acting for like a year at that point when we started this 2 years ago.
Yes. So Paradox initially started where it focused around the sins and also this like mysterious corporation called PGI. And the idea was there was, what was it? It was Fiat was a scientist from PGI. Like, it was just, Fiat was a little doctor from PGI who was jumping into hell to sort of analyze things. But then turned out that doctor actually ran PGI, so it was 3 different characters in one.
Yeah, she was also the AI voice of the computer in addition to the doctor, in addition to being Fate.
Yes, and that was the hint that she had a little bit more to her than what was being shown. Thank God we scrapped that plot. Oh my God.
I was having a lot of fun doing a lot of different voices. It was very fun practice.
I remember Empyrean. That was that was the angel I was voicing. Kind of glad she was scrapped because I don't like the voice I did for her. I tried to channel my inner Celestia, but I ended up kind of sounding like an androgynous 8-year-old child.
Yeah, I love where the script ended up. I think you ended up with some really, really much stronger character concepts, but that was still really fun too.
Yes. So jumping to I think we'll go with the characters that appear in episode 1 purely so that we keep all the other characters a little bit secret, a little bit surprised, because obviously we haven't been introduced to their voices or their designs yet. So jumping to Aaron, the voice of Lyrael.
So slightly funny story with Lyrael. When I was doing my callback for her, I distinctly remember you saying, "Hi, you're the first callback. Can you show me both American and like British accents?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And then you kind of came up with this idea for, well, what if we just kind of did both? And I was like, okay. So throughout future episodes, Lyrael is going to have where she's talking in my normal accent, and then she'll suddenly slip into this posh British that I hope, for God's sakes, I'm doing well in front of all these people in Europe. And then she'll like switch going like really fast and then like really slow. I really love voices that sit in like this part of my voice where I can get like all nice and gravelly, like, hello there. I hope you're having such a great day. So that's kind of where I like to pull Lyrael just based on what she's saying. Obviously, I won't do that for everything, but those are my favorite characters to do with very big inspiration from Laura Bailey. I always listen to her before I do Lyrael.
Yes. Yeah, no, so the idea is that because Lyrael's envious, she sort of mimics the accent of those people that she's around. So, yeah. Jumping over to Glenn, the voice of Satan. I feel like we all know where the idea came from for Satan's voice.
Where did it come from?
Just sound as evil as you fucking can.
Well, I mean, like, it's the voice that I use in this is very close to my own. But I don't know. I mean, like my concept is that it was like, you know, sin is supposed to be tempting, right? It's supposed to be kind of sexy. So I absconded my normal, you know, higher tone that I speak in, which is not my natural tone. It's just the one that people understand me in. And I went for a more natural, deeper, sort of sexy, sort of whispering in your ear ASMR sort of look. And then that was kind of, you know, where I went with it. So, you know, like people say I give the Kevin Conroy vibes, but I don't know. It was just, it's my sexy voice. That's the inspiration for it. Sexy, and I know it.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Keep your mic unmuted because now we're jumping to Jasper, the voice of Beelzebub.
Oh goodness.
So sexy. Oh yeah, so sexy.
Anyway, the best way for me to describe how I got inspiration for this voice is that I have two different normal voices, one for everyday use and one for just like when I'm at home, because I have pretty much the same issue as Glenn. No one can understand me when I use my real tone because it's just at not a monotone, just a deeper structure. And plus my parents keep on telling me to speak up. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll like get a little higher here and so people can hear me. But this was one of the very first roles that
I know that feel, bro.
me.
I know
Yeah,
that feel.
Dab me up, brother. Come here. But this was the very first role that allowed me to actually use my real voice for once, and it was just not forced. It was just very clean, and I like putting a little bit of myself in there, and it was fun being more of just myself as this character. Like there wasn't much. There's no personality difference between me or him. At least I don't think so.
We love that.
Yeah.
So jumping to Cody, the voice of Balin.
So, being the Cinesloth, I naturally went for kind of a breathier voice. And the art of Valen kind of made me choose a kind of a higher, I don't know, like higher register from what I normally do. And so I guess that's what I went for. And of course, Valen's a sleepy boy, so I do a lot of yawning, and that adds to the breathiness of Valen's character. And that's where I got the voice, I guess.
And when I'm like mixing your lines or like listening over to them, I always find myself yawning while listening. So it's a sign you're doing a good job.
That's perfect.
But
I feel like I honestly I do feel like I naturally want to yawn in the middle of his lines. Just I don't know, just because of what he says makes me makes me want to yawn, I guess.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Jumping to Zane, the voice of Asmodeus, who I see you've changed your icon. There.
Yes, I saw Jay change the profile picture to this like grandma, like staring into the camera. I thought I'm gonna get a little bit into the memes a little bit just for one question. Why not? But yeah, what inspired my voice for my character? Well, I suppose it's kind of, how do I put it? I don't know. I guess I'm using my normal voice, but I'm trying to put this, lustrous, twist to it. Like, I'm very regal and very, like, not pompous, where I'm like, oh, go away, you peasants, goodbye. I'm like regal, but it's like caring and like, oh, what's the matter? I'll come help you. And I'm not sure what, like, I mean, I suppose it is me trying to be British. Which kind of, I guess, I don't know if it gives my parents a disservice since they're both from, Britain, but I know it's a long story. Growing up playing with Americans online, you kind of lose your Kiwi accent and it kind of meshes into a Kiwi-American hybrid accent. So I kind of have to retrain myself to sound a different way, and it's just my brain just doesn't click for some reason. But yeah, I guess when I was originally applying for Lucifer, I thought, well, the voice example that you put out was, to sound like Loki. And I thought, well, Loki's this very kind of regal, very like, upstanding villain. And I thought, well, I suppose I could do that and have this, tone of voice. And then it switched over to Asmodeus. And I think it suits that, it suits Asmodeus a lot better, I'd say. So that's what kind of inspired me, really.
Say peasants again. I love the way you said peasants.
Peasants? Oh, you peasants! Kneel before Asmodeus, your meme king of the underworld.
Yeah,
Are we not going to talk about
because you
how
certainly
his
have
profile
no
picture
bitches.
matches that? Did anyone else notice that he switched his profile picture?
Yeah.
To that.
To that thing.
Notice?
I keep changing mine too.
Isn't that from the Cat in the Hat? That
Yes.
big old bug-eyed lady?
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah,
there's a couple questions in there that I can quickly go through. So, will the soundtrack be on Spotify? Maybe. Not too sure on that yet, but maybe. Second off, any people of color representation? Yes, absolutely. We have representation in Paradox for anything and everything, really. And is Paradox 18 plus? What's the recommended age group to watch and why? Paradox, the only sort of concern, like when I was trying to figure out a rating, the only concern I had was when Beelzebub's hand got bit off. But apart from that, the future episodes, there's not much. So I would say about like maybe like 15 plus ish, I would say, for the recommended age ratings. And what would your advice be to other people hoping to make creative content? Go and do it. Don't let like money, don't let anything stop you. Go out there, write it. Go find cast members like my amazing cast who you work well with, who you get along with. And yeah, just go out there and give it your all. Because if you don't go out there and give it your all, it's not going to go anywhere. Like Paradox, I worked on it like 3 times. We had about 3 attempts at Paradox, and it took me a while to get the story the way I wanted, but when I did, obviously, we went full speed ahead on getting Paradox out there. But one for Jay, were there any other inspirations for you in making the soundtrack, like other games or shows?
Absolutely. I kind of answered it shortly in the chat, but like there's a lot more. Obviously, the biggest inspiration is Genshin. So honestly, King saying that the soundtrack reminded them of Genshin was like, oh my god, yay! Because that's the biggest inspiration. Also, Hollow Knight is another one. Love the soundtrack. Sam Haft as well, because he's one half of the living Tombstone in general, both half of them. Sam Haft does the music for Hasbin and Helava, so he's a big inspiration too. But yeah, just mostly big Genshin. A lot of Genshin.
Yes.
We love that. So, apart from that, we're going on about... We're going just over an hour into the Q&A. I think we'll go with one more question for... Okay, a quick one just to stomp out. If all the sins get taken away, does that make you all heavenly virtues? No, the heavenly virtues are archangels that you'll meet later in the series. Would Goku solo the Paradox verse? No. And...
Based.
He wouldn't. You're working with the guy who made the universe here. But does the series take any inspo from Welcome to Hell? It's giving a little of that energy. I've never heard of Welcome to Hell, so no. And then finally, one that we'll go over to like wrap up the Q&A, a bit of a fun one as well. Can you ask each voice actor for their kiss, marry, kill?
Oh my
god. Oh, hell no. Oh, no.
Okay, so it looks like we're not.
No.
Uh-oh.
How dare you?
Oh dear.
Hey, I gotta go. Like, I can't be here anymore.
Yeah, I have a fiance. I think I'm. I'll
Brother,
be in
you
the
got
dog box if I ever.
Okay,
ask that,
so I'm
so,
single out here. Don't
we'll
even-
stomp out that question there.
Satan,
I have a few
Satan,
answers.
and
What?
We will stomp out that question there. We won't do that
What is the
question.
context of the game?
But
Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill.
Wait, so you killing
What
him
is the
on
context? Are we
Ryan?
sticking to? Are we sticking to in? Are we sticking to in?
Oh, again. What? Oh, sorry.
I don't think I can say my name
I was
now,
gonna-
it's not
I
in public.
think.
Right.
Not in public, no. Not
I
for free.
think. I think we might wrap up our Q&A there.
Ryan Reynolds.
One more thing.
Awkward.
Perfect.
One answer.
No complaints there.
Satan, Satan, and then Satan again. That's my answer.
But yes, so I think we'll wrap up the Q&A there. So first off, I want to give a huge thank you to the entire Paradox cast, everyone who worked on this episode, anyone who didn't work on the episode. Thanks to literally everyone who helped out. The cast has been absolutely insane, been all up for all the random ideas I've been throwing out. So, big thank you to everyone. Voice actors, artists, musicians, everyone. Big thank you to all of you. You're insane.
Big round of applause for everyone.
And
Yay!
apart from that, I
Honestly, thank you to the.
Nope, okay.
No, thank you.
Thank you, no one.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, wait, there's one last. I think there's one last little one, or unless you just answered that and I spaced out.
Little one?
There's the
Right.
Mammon.
Can we talk
blood.
about how Mammon signs his autographs in blood?
Oh.
He's just that
There
guy.
is one question I think
Did I
that
make-
would be a fun one for all of us.
What's the question?
If each sin had their own brand of car to drive all throughout hell or on the overworld, what would it be?
Oh, I do
don't know
like that
cars.
one.
Was
I don't know
Satan the
breed
American
car
made
at this
Ford
point,
built
I'm
tough?
so afraid to ask.
Found on road dead. Satan gonna be pissed
Wait.
as hell.
I have a request for Satan. Can you do the Ford F-150 ad?
That is the best way that we could wrap up this Q&A. Is Sin
Yes.
doing the Ford
Ford
F-150 ad.
F-150 ad. What is the? Let me see
Okay, but
this.
who are the
Someone's
two
gonna have to
trucks?
type it out.
Have you ever been slapped?
I'm gonna be by West
Oh, okay.
Oh no 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 no
I stopped myself. Don't worry.
Have you ever found yourself driving down the road and said to yourself, "You know what? I wish my truck was bigger."
Like a rock.
Have you ever thought to yourself, "My car needs extra room for my whole entire family, my drinking buddies, and my ex-wife in the back"? Oh, like a rock. Have you ever thought to yourself, "My car needs both diesel and gasoline
at the same time like a weed whacker. The new need a Ford F-150, built tough in
Bud Light.
America,
Bud
because
Light
that's what we
presents.
are. Fuck yeah.
Oh, we love it.
Bud Light
So,
I just pulled that out of my pocket. What's up?
Jesus.
oh goodness.
Yes.
How
So,
it feels to chew 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
yes, so once again, big thank you to the entire Paradox cast. You're insane. Thanks to everyone who showed up for the premiere. You can now watch Paradox Episode 1 whenever you want. It's on the YouTube. You're able to go give it a watch. And apart from that, I guess we'll see y'all in Episode 2.
Time.
My God.
Also, the promotion's midway
Well done,
through.
everyone.
But yes, thanks to everyone so much for showing up.
Thank you all.
Thanks for the insane
Thank
support.
you.
watching.
Osmanthus
Thanks,
wine
everyone.
tastes the same as I remember.
Insane,
But
I'm
where
just
are
kidding.
those who share the memories?
Wine tastes the same.
But I will.
Where are those who share the
If you watch
memory?
Paradox of Tales from Hell, you will get infinite
Mondstadt
bitches.
water.
Yes, thanks.
You need to let for a minute about drinking water.
Yes, thanks to.
Paradox from Hell cannot be held responsible for the lack of bitches you get, though.
Thanks to everyone for showing up, and we will see.
This is your own problem.
We will see you all very, very soon.